There's a lot of little Easter eggs we're uncovering in Avengers Endgame. An interesting one that's been discovered is when Nebula's whole, profile gets brought up and we see the multiple time periods and all the time periods that have been jumped to. There is one that says 2988. So,
Which is... why?
That is very interesting. What?
Yeah, it's like, I don't understand why it would even be there. If it was 2099, sure, it's a cool Easter egg.
Yeah.
But, what's 2988 got to do with it?
So, the only thing I looked up when I was looking up MCU is 2988 lines up with the whole battle for the Ether that happens with the elves, but that would be in the past. So... I mean, it could stand to reason that that's maybe it, but maybe this is some sort of connection to Eternals. I could see, maybe.
And some people were just speculating that maybe they're just seeing how far they could go back on some pin particles, and that's as best as they got. Because I checked the Reddit, and there's multiple theories, and one of the ones that most people kind of agreed on was that they're just testing how far back and how far forward they could go potentially on a round trip with one vial.
Yeah. I don't know. It just tosses me for a loop. It's such a weird Easter egg. And a part of me wants to believe that there's more to it because remember on the I think it was Thor: The Dark World where Salvig is writing a bunch of random stuff on the board and people went back to it. They're like, wow, there's a lot of Easter eggs here that are really important to the future of what happens. It's like, oh, there is, and
Right. Apparently, it doesn't say if it's BC or AD.
Yup.
So, 2988 is the year of the Battle of Svartalfheim, I think.
So is that the after, or did I combine it with something?
I think it is the Dark Elf reference for the Dark One.
Watch them make another movie where they completely redeem the Dark Elves and we look back at Dark World like, man, that movie's good in retrospect.
Yeah, it's the battle when Asgard defeated the Dark Elves and Malekith and the Aether was there. Okay. So yeah, I don't, from the sounds of it, I think that's your safest bet.
So why would they need to go there if they can already get the Ether from Jane? That's...
Well, they were talking about what year the stones were where. So if Thor knew at that point, they didn't know if you went to 2012 you could get 5 or whatever it was, or 4.
True.
So it might have been the case of Thor just had said, oh, in 2988 BC, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just spitballing at that point. It's just kind of
Yeah. Do you think that maybe they'll do something with this? Do you think this is just kind of a cool, hey, Easter eggs?
I think it's probably just an Easter egg.
Yeah. Or, I mean, what if somebody did maybe jump back there to try to get it and the Loki TV show can show it from that angle? I could see that being a little thing.
Yeah, the Loki can go back there, change historical events. Why not?
God damn that show. Still like meh. Alright.
Yeah. Still the lowest of hanging fruits.
Oh god, yeah. It is a low fruit. But hopefully, down the road, something can happen, and maybe they'll explore this. Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll go to the future at some point. I mean, when they run out of villains in about 50 years...
The future's a very tricky thing to do, because then you have to set something in stone.
Yeah, you do.
Is Feige going to be committed to that? I don't know, but... It'll be something if he does. I suppose you can go far enough. You can go hey, this happens here after everything else just died off naturally.
I mean, 1,000 years is plenty.
I mean, it is true. You could do the Eternals and be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna survive forever, and
Yep.
Movie 3, when the next host comes along and we have to do the Unimind, is in the year 40,005. I don't know.
Oh my god.
You're just throwing words out at this point now. It's
this all sounds like Star Trek technobabble. What is this?
Damn nerds. God damn. And your targets. And your
the
numbers.
Eternals. I don't know. I'm hopeful that maybe we'll get some sort of crazy like more time travel, and I think we will because they've teased it. They're like, oh, we're not done with playing with time and space, so maybe.
I mean, yeah, Loki's getting time travel, isn't it?
Exactly. So it's like there's a whole show built about. There's a whole show that's coming out built about an alternate reality, and then there's a whole movie about multiverses. So who's to say in some multiverse we're not going to jump to 1,000 years in the future?
Yeah.
You know?
That Loki TV show sounds really, really cool. It's gonna be Loki's excellent adventure.
Yeah, it'll be something. It'll be something.
I mean, you can make it sound a bit cool by saying it's Quantum Loki, but yeah.
No, Bill and Ted, awesome.
Instead of
I don't know what you're talking
Quantum
about. Don't know what you're talking about. Bill and Ted's awesome.
Quantum Loki. I want Scott Bakula in that show. That'll be great. Oh, you.
I mean, with Feige and his like sci-fi Easter eggs, I wouldn't be surprised.
I actually wouldn't be surprised either. That would probably be something that happens. So
You watch, there'll be a good Loki, as opposed to, the bad Leaper. And
that would be awesome.
You'll go with that one. Just be like, oh.
That'll be awesome.